Welcome back to the Omaha Places podcast. We're your hosts. My name is Connor, and I'm the founder of Omaha Places and 402 Social.
And my name is Delaney. I'm the digital content coordinator for Omaha Places.
How you doing this week?
I'm doing pretty good. Like, this run up to St. Patrick's Day is freaking me out.
Wait,
I'm
why?
like, well, first of all, like, I turned 25 like right after that, so I think I'm like, oh my gosh. But in my brain, like, I'm already 25. I don't know why I'm freaking out about it. But yeah, the St. Patrick's Day, like, being here already and my birthday being here already, I'm just like, where has this year gone?
Yeah. Wait, why are you already 25 in your head?
I don't know. I just keep telling people I'm 25. Have
What?
I turned 25 yet? No.
You're an old soul.
It's just a big birthday. And maybe it's because I've been like over planning it in my brain. I'm like, what am I going to do? 25 is a big year. Do I have a party bus? Because I've never been on a party bus before. And people think I'm weird for that.
I've never been on a party bus either, actually.
So for 25, I was like, I'm going to have a party bus.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, wait, I should book Edge of the Universe and have the Elevate pole dancers come in and do a show.
That seems very you.
So I thought of that, but now I'm just going to Charleston. So that's what I'm doing for my birthday.
Love it.
Way more low key somehow than doing all of that.
I mean, a trip, that's still pretty high key.
And it worked out because my mom's going and she's going to buy me dinner. I'm like, this is fantastic. She's paying for half my flight. I'm like, heck yeah.
So it all worked out.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Okay. Where have you been this week then?
I went to Omaha Fashion Week, and this happens twice a year. So if you guys didn't get a chance to go last week, you'll have your chance to go. I think it's usually in the fall, so August, September, around there. But it's just so fun. It's the 4th largest fashion show in the country. And cool. The designs are so amazing. Like, they're pretty much top tier, like something you would see at New York Fashion Week. But anybody can go to that. And I just always have a good time. They have drinks there. You can sit. You get to meet new people. Like, you're like packed in like sardines.
Yeah.
And so it's very hard not to make friends when you're there. So I definitely recommend it. It's like 2 hours. You can go like to the pre-party and all of this fun stuff. So it's just a great event that they put on.
Cool. Love that.
And it's always at Omaha Design Center.
Yep. Love.
Where have you been?
Okay, I went to Nebraska Brewing Company, which I had never been to before. So this was a first for me. I went for their Mardi Gras celebration, which I was so hyped about. But then, so it started at 2. It was like 2 until like late at night was the time frame. We got there at 4 and they had ran out of food, which I was so bummed about because I was just like planning on getting some good New Orleans style food. And then also, once they ran out of food, the party like really died down. And so by like 6 p.m., our group was like the only people in there. And so they have like their little like front of house room that has like a handful of tables and stuff. But I don't know if they always let people like in the back where the big like silo things are. There's a name for them where they like brew the beer. They're these like giant things. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. You're giving me like a look.
No, I definitely know what you're talking about. I've been to enough breweries. Okay. It's where they house.
Yes.
Like, and make all that stuff.
Yeah. And it's in this like giant room in the back. And so for the Mardi Gras thing, they had tables set up like in that back room. So we were in this huge room and we were the only people in there. And then we were like, okay, we're starving because we have no food. So we ended up ordering Chili's on Uber Eats. And then realized that Chili's doesn't deliver, or for some reason.
That's
I don't know, but they were on Uber Eats. So then one of our friends like went and picked up a bunch of food and Chili's and Taco Bell and brought it back to Nebraska Brewing. We just hung out there, ate our fast food. It was a cool spot. Like, I liked being in like a new brewery that I'd never tried before. I had the banana beer.
Interesting.
It was called something. I can't remember the exact name. It was good. It wasn't like too banana-y. It was just like a little fruity. I liked it.
That might be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a beer girl, but I do like to try a little bit of each brew.
Yeah.
I went to B5 Brewing like a few months ago, maybe almost a year ago at this point.
I think it was almost a year
since time is flying like this. But they had like this dark chocolate dessert-y brew. And I liked that. I was like, why aren't all beers like this?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
What all did they have going on there? Were they having like a band?
Yeah, they had live music. We also missed the live music. I think we thought it was gonna be like bumping into the night, and it wasn't. And then they had crawfish, shrimp, I think probably like a jambalaya type thing. We didn't get to try any of that, but it was there at some point in the day.
Well, maybe they just didn't expect like the turnout.
Yeah.
So maybe next year it'll be even better.
Hopefully. All right, where else have you been?
Did I go? Oh, I went to Omaha Taphouse out west. I think it's off 156th
in Dodge.
Okay. Something like that. But they have really good burgers, and I don't know that we've ever included them in our burger list.
I don't think we have.
So I'm going to have to go back and take pictures for y'all.
Yeah.
Because they are super good. I always get the hickory, which is like hickory smoked bacon. I always get a bacon cheeseburger with barbecue sauce. Maybe it's the barbecue sauce that's hickory smoked. I'm not really sure. But either way, it's very good. And their sweet potato fries are like very cinnamony.
Cinnamon?
Maybe it's brown sugar, actually. I keep thinking it's cinnamon, but it's actually brown sugar, sweet potato. So good.
Love.
So highly recommend. I was just there for lunch when the storm was happening. I just thought I'd go out and about. So,
wait, you purposely left when there was a storm?
No, I was on my way home from our meetings, and I was like, I am so hungry. And I was telling the girls, I was like, we have to like order food when we do these things because we're just there for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
So I was like, next time, but. This time, I was like, I think I can make it before the storm actually hits. Yeah. This blizzard that's going to hit at 5. So I went at like 3. It was okay.
Okay.
Just a little rainy.
Oh, this was on Tuesday. Okay. I was kind of like cracking up on the way home because all of us were like in our office downtown, and all of a sudden the sky got like black, and we were all like,
which is weird.
It was really weird. And then like 2 of our team was done for the day. So they were like, okay, we're rushing home now. And then me, Delaney, and one of our other colleagues like still had another meeting to do. But then I feel like by the time we got done and left, it like
had lifted a little bit.
Yeah, it didn't look nearly as scary as it did earlier.
It had started raining, so the cloud was like super heavy, and that's why it was so dark. Okay. And it had let out a little bit of moisture, so it probably lifted or moved elsewhere. So it was not nearly as scary as probably when we were driving home. I mean, it was almost like it being night outside.
Yeah,
you could see the lights in the buildings downtown. It was weird.
Yeah. Okay, well, cool. Omaha Taphouse. I will have to try their burger.
They have 2 locations. One's downtown, and the other one's on the 156th and Dodge area.
Cool. I went to the Grove's new location at Interrail. Okay, I have to give them a shout out because they did such a good job with that location. Obviously, the Grove has like a very distinct, like that kind of like bohemian, deserty, like that's their vibe, right? And opening in a food hall, I feel like you obviously have a lot of restrictions. It's not your own space. You don't have like walls you can paint, like whatever. Them working like with what they had. Okay, this sentence does not make sense at all. They did such a good job working with what they had, is what I'm trying to say there. Like it somehow feels like the Grove still. And so they actually took over 2 of the bays in the Interrail. So when you walk in, they're on like the far left-hand side, and they have like that whole wall, which used to be 2 different vendors. But they have like a little couch in there, like a little green couch, like tucked in the corner. Cute. They have like, I think they painted like half of, so basically you can't see both of the bays anymore. They like put a wall up across the bay that's closest to the bathroom. And they like painted that, and it just looks so good. And they like still have all the good smoothies and snacks and stuff like that. So definitely a good spot to go check out.
When Megan and I were shooting for the website launch, we went into Interrail to get like some footage with that as the backdrop. And I did see it and I was like, oh, they're doing so well. It almost looked like it was already open just because of how pretty it was.
Oh, really?
So I don't think they had the couch and stuff in there yet, but I thought it was nice that they were tucked into that corner a little bit and could utilize that space to make it more homey.
Yeah, totally.
And they still have the like little baby tables that give it that cafe vibe.
Yeah. So I'm very excited to have that in Exarban. Well, it's kind of dangerous. It's one of those things that's like so exciting, but also like it's not the cheapest place, but it's so good.
Yes.
So.
And I had just been there for the first time this year and had the smoothies and they're so good.
Yep.
And it is like an uplifting atmosphere.
It is, yeah.
So yeah, I'll have to go actually check out that.
And they're a woman-owned business.
Yay!
A Women's Month.
Yes. Where else? Oh, I went to Cunningham's pub, which is very timely because it's an Irish style pub and grill. Yeah. They have one location in Blackstone and the other is off 114th and Dodge, which I've been to both of them. And it's also a really great sports bar if you're looking for some place that has a lot of TVs, has a full bar and food. But definitely a good place to stop if you're doing a little Irish crawl, which we'll talk about more options for that soon. But
did you wear your green on purpose today?
I wanted to wear this anyway, but then I put it together this morning and I was like, heck yeah, it's very timely.
I didn't even think about wearing green.
I'm just jumping into spring, I think.
Yeah, actually, I mean, my shirt is kind of springy. It's just not.
And it has green on it.
Yeah, it has little bits of green. It has like an aqua green. Anyways.
It's cute. Very springy.
Thanks. I got this at the boutique warehouse sale.
I love the boutique warehouse sale.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was a good find. Okay, the last place that I went was Stir Coffee. They are out on... I
actually don't know.
180th? Are they that far out?
Are they basically in Elkhorn?
No. They're on Center.
Oh, they're
168th. That's what they're on. 168th and Center. And there is not a lot of coffee shops in that area. So they're a good one. I do wish they had a drive-through. That's my only little critique. But obviously they're very like if there's not space for a drive-through, like they're in the middle of the strip mall, so that's not their fault. But I did stop in there for a little project we may be working on.
Ooh.
Details to come later.
A little teaser. Was that impromptu or did you plan that?
That was really impromptu. Well, I was literally just now in my head, I was like, what else am I going to say about that besides that they're a good coffee shop?
You're like, ooh, let me give you like the biggest hint alive.
Yeah.
But, okay.
But we needed some fresh content from Stir, so I went in there.
Content to come. You'll see it soon. You'll be overloaded soon.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we move on to follower questions?
Yes, please.
Okay. Excuse me. Do you want to go first? Because my throat.
Yes. So I put together some best places to go for St. Patty's Day, and if you don't or aren't subscribed to our newsletter already, this is the perfect time to subscribe. All you have to do is go to omahaplaces.com and our new subscription box pops up right away now.
That was one of the requests that I submitted yesterday, and they did it so fast, and it looks so good.
It does look good because it popped up on me while I was doing what's happening this weekend.
Yeah.
So some good places to stop for St. Patty's Day, because the newsletter will have all of these listed, plus all the events that are going on. It'll come out Tuesday. So actually
it'll already have been out. Well, there'll be a blog. Well, there is a blog post already on the website.
Also going to be, but anyway, it's good for all the future things.
Yeah.
So do it regardless. Some good places for St. Patty's Day to add to your list of Irish places. The Dubliner. They always have a good place or a good Irish music going on. Every time I've ever been there, there has never not been Irish music. Is that just something they regularly do? Or is it on certain nights? Do you know?
I'm unsure. It's just St. Patty's every day there.
Yeah, go there every day for St. Patty's. But the music is so good. Sullivan's in Blackstone. I never thought of this, I guess, as an Irish bar.
think it technically is.
But yeah, it is. Maloney's Irish Pub, you've actually been there. It's off 72nd and Blondo. Brazen Head Irish Pub, I've never been there, but I drive by all the time and I've always wanted to go in. So maybe I'll reach out and do a little feature if they let me. It's off 78th and Cass. Barrio's downtown. I've been in there so many times and never even realized it, I think.
That's how I am with so many bars that I'm like, I just go. I don't know what their name is.
Because you're walking normally. It's not like they're the destination. You're like, oh, let's go in here. Yep, that's how I feel about that one. Annie's Irish Pub in the Capital District. I'm sure they'll be having tons of stuff in the Capital District this weekend. Donahue's Pub off 33rd and L. Sean O'Casey's, 140th and Center. Barrett's. Classic. I went there last year, you guys. It was a blast. They basically like partner with the business right next door, and they have like a little bit of a beer garden situation, so you can kind of walk between the two and still like not have to worry about having open containers or whatever. Clancy's Pub is having a party starting at 6 a.m.
Oh my God.
Okay. they go hard over there. So that's off 168th and Center. And then on March 14th, Cohen and Kelly's Lounge is having a pregame to St. Patrick's Day party. So definitely check that out. And then, of course, there'll be a St. Patrick's Day bar crawl, and Connor will talk about that in just a little bit.
We'll talk about that in the events section.
Yeah.
I think also, so the Clancy's Pub starting at 6 a.m. I think a lot of these other places that you just mentioned probably do start early. Like I've noticed that in previous years, a lot of places will have breakfast and they start with that, and then they like go into the drinking and stuff to make sure people get food in their system. So yeah, lots of
that's
good places
nice
to check out. I know. Well, I'm assuming, I actually don't know why they do that. Maybe it's just like a St. Patrick. I don't know.
I do know that there's always a lot of food trucks on the streets of those main places, especially in Blackstone always. But I think they do try to make sure that you keep food in your system throughout the day, because it's a long day. People are partying from apparently 6 a.m. all the way until whenever they can't do it anymore. So yeah, this should be a fun weekend, you guys.
Okay, somebody asked, can you post more fun teen locations? Omaha only seems to have kid and adult stuff. So short answer is yes, we can try and start doing more of this.
Love a good critique.
Yeah, it's good we love knowing like what you guys want to see more of. But if you go to the events tab on our website, you guys can actually filter or like search by specific like age events. So either 18 plus or 21 plus to see things that you guys can do.
And I can definitely add a teen section to that as well, so that way you guys can just click that and immediately go there. I think a lot of it is in Millwork Commons. They seem to put on a lot of teen events, so I'll be sure to shout those out.
Yeah, cool. All right, what else did you pull? Or you only had one question?
Yep,
okay, I had one more. Somebody asked, have they broken ground on the Crossroads development? I was really excited to talk about this actually, because this is in my neck of the woods. It's actually right between both of us. Okay, so the Crossroads is located at 72nd and Dodge. If you guys aren't familiar with it, it used to be it was actually the original like Brandeis location, which I did not know.
I didn't even know that.
And then it became Crossroads Mall, and then it just kind of like died. This was like when I was in middle school or like high school ish, and then when I moved back to Omaha, then that Target was there, and I think Target really revived it because all the colleges are right there. So like, and then now the new main library branch is going in on the southwest corner. So anyways, there's some stuff going in, and then in the old lot where the mall used to be, there is a new Crossroads development going in. So they have not actually like, I should put a disclaimer that I don't know construction.
I have seen them break ground though.
Okay, but what does breaking ground actually mean? Because in my head,
it's hole.
Okay, well, so I said on here like they've like leveled the area, and you can tell work is happening, but no buildings have been like framed yet or anything. So in my head, breaking ground is like a building, but
okay. Well, this I see it. I was just driving past there the other day. They have all the fences up so people don't fall into this giant hole.
Yeah.
I assumed. I'm like, people could still. Anyways.
Yeah.
It's a tangent. But yeah, it looks like they're basically framing a basement or the inner work of the building.
Okay.
Where they're gonna have to do all the plumbing and stuff before they start working their way up. But I saw that just the other day and it made me really excited. I'm like, I love to see it because like you said, I've just seen it all flattened out. Nothing's been going on there. I'm like, I'm sure erosion is happening. They're gonna lose all their dirt and have to bring in more dirt.
So I guess yes. They have broken ground on that. And you can also tell by like the weird turn lanes and stuff into Target that like, so when you turn off of Dodge into Target, there's just like weird stuff going on. And I think eventually that road is going to be expanded. And then you'll be able to drive like straight into the new development.
And from the Cass Street side, they have all of the roads kind of paved around this hole.
I actually noticed the other day though too that so behind Target, like off of Cass, that a parking garage is still there and that is like falling apart. Like
on the backside of Target.
Yeah. So I'm like, I wonder like why is that still standing? And it's all like gated off and chained off and stuff. So it's definitely not an in-use parking garage, but I wonder what they're gonna do with that. We'll have to wait and see.
But I think this is going to be more of an entertainment center idea.
Yeah. So yeah, I wrote some notes about that. So it's being done by Lockwood Development, which is the same people who did Heartwood Preserve, which is somewhat new off like 144th and Dodge. We've covered a lot of stuff in Heartwood, but it's going to be 40 acres of retail, business, art, entertainment, education, and healthcare. So a very mixed use area. I'm not sure if there is going to be residential like apartments and stuff in there.
Does the streetcar reach that far yet?
No, I think the streetcar stops like at the edge of Blackstone.
Oh, okay. But this would be a really good opportunity for them to potentially expand in the future to have a stop there.
Yeah. But I do think it's going to be nice. Like the Keystone Trail runs right along there. And I know that they have like what's the bike company? Heartland Bike.
Yeah,
they're like purple. They have the little bike stations, and they have one of those like on the corner that Target's on. I'm assuming they're going to put another one by the library, and so you can like hop on the trail and go from like there to Exarban really easily. So they are starting to like connect stuff, and I think it's going to be really cool once it's all done.
I would like to see another pedestrian overpass between Target, the public library, and then back across the street toward Memorial Park.
That'd be really
nice.
Because
it's such a scary intersection otherwise for like kids to cross back and forth.
Yeah. And the sidewalks on the Target corner are
getting
pretty
better.
Good. Yeah. But the other ones are just like not the safest.
Which I'm sure they will think about, especially as they're building more of that accessibility aspect into all of these things.
So lots of fun stuff to look for in the coming years. It says on their website that it's going to be open in 2025. And I was like,
it's 2025 right now.
Yeah, I was like, I think that might be a bit of a lofty goal. I think this is maybe a little out of date. Because I know that they've had
the library and maybe 2028. I saw something about 2028 for the other development.
This was definitely on the Lockwood website. Okay. So it was, but who knows what they were talking about.
We'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah.
We'll keep updating our blog for that and keep letting you guys know of any new stuff that's happening.
All right, let's move into events. So this is events happening the weekend of March 13th through 16th, and this is St. Patrick's Day weekend. Is St. Patrick's Day actually on the weekend, though?
It's on a Monday.
Oh.
So it's still the weekend, which I know some of the events are on Monday, but I'm like, that's dangerous for all you working folks.
Yeah. Okay, so the St. Patrick's Day bar crawl that we kind of mentioned earlier is happening Saturday, March 15th. It's going to start at Dubliner Pub, and it goes to 5 other bars in the downtown / Little Italy areas. And tickets start at $20. I think you can purchase tickets at the door at Dubliner as well, and you get drink specials at all these different bars. You do have to get yourself to the bars. This is not a party bus situation, but they're all, since they're all like in the downtown area, it's walking distance. So it'll probably be good to walk off a little bit of the alcohol
as long as
you all
the
drink.
weather cooperates.
Yes.
I think last year it was a little bit chilly, but the weather is looking good for this next week.
Love it.
Back to the 60s again. Behind the Velvet Curtain is a burlesque show that Lully Creative House is putting on March 15th from 7 to 9 p.m. It's their first burlesque show, and it's a celebratory showcase that honors legendary women, those who shaped history, reign today, and exist in the realms of folklore and fantasy. So sounds super interesting. Tickets are $40, and a portion of proceeds will support Pear Tree Performance Academy, helping the next generation of artists shine. So go see a show, enjoy International Women's Month with this fun event, and support a good cause.
Yeah. The Bargain Bash by Junior League of Omaha is happening March 15th and 16th. This is actually like a really good bargain. Like the name does not lie in this event. But you can shop tons of great deals for furniture, clothing, toys. There's like so much stuff there. And they have actually really good furniture. I have gone for a couple years, and it's always a good time. They do not disappoint in the finds. Yeah, I would recommend.
St. Patty's Party on the Courts at Blue Sky is happening March 15th. So we're keeping the St. Patty's Day events going. They will be having live music, yard games, themed drinks, and a pot of gold raffle. So that's fun. And if you love pickleball, you can register for their Can in Hand Patties Pickleball Tournament on March 14th. So the day before the big party, you basically play pickleball, and you have to have a can in your hand the whole time.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
It's fun.
Love that. All right. Anything else to add this week?
That wraps it up, you guys.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Omaha Places podcast. We'll see you next week.